calling is not available. Please leave a short message and it will be sent as an audio message.
Yes, Anup told her. Ghazala Watt, who I started talking about, she's a psychiatrist that they employed to continue abusing my rights and my health. And she said she didn't want to decrease the injection because you have to block 95% of the dopamine receptors. I said, does it come from the drug company? It did. It's rubbish. You threatened me when I first met you that you might need to admit me to give me a loading dose of a poison that you wouldn't take yourself, would you, daughter? Ghazala Watt said, it blocks 90% of your dopamine receptors. They are located in the basal ganglia and the limbic system and the frontal lobes, more than anywhere else. Now, it is essential for people's motivation that you don't use these drugs because they lose all their motivation. Apart from the fact that they are obviously stigmatizing because they cause drooling, shaking, shuffling gait. These things have been known for years and years, decades. And you people are not interested in finding out anything wrong about psychiatry, are you? And it has been used as a chemical restraint in Australia. And it's still being used as a chemical restraint now. I have been injected with about 200 times these injections. Since I was 34 years old, I was a highly appreciated GP in Melbourne at the time. But as I said, I don't apply nasty labels to people like personality disorders or schizophrenia. And it was a completely false narrative that was added to and added to and added to. So you guys leave it up to the MHRT. But Daniel Varghese was on the MHRT. John Bowles was the advisor on the MHRT. He was in charge of torturing me in 1995 at the Prince Charles Hospital. And he kept me there for 6 weeks. You people at PA kept me there for 2 months. So you think your time is valuable, what about my time, Anup Joseph? So I want to be paid. Daniel Varghese charges more than $500 an hour. He's got 7 connections on LinkedIn. Yeah, Anup Joseph, when I spoke to you, I've spoken to you very few times on the phone because you don't behave normally. And you said over the phone, you are very ill, you have to go and get an injection now. It's crap. I've never been very ill. I've never had a hallucination. What you said is it's far-fetched to think that my father was a supporter of the Tamil Tigers. And it's far-fetched to believe that he got me locked up for going against him. Have you read any of the letters that he wrote? Because they're pretty obvious, apart from the fact that the hospital rejected that my sister and father both work for PA Hospital. And my father is a very violent man. I've got photographs of him, of my mother, with black eyes, of my father punching her. Poor Varghese refused to let me tell him about it, and he misrepresented what I said. And it's absolutely shameful. Also the fact that Balaji Motomari and Mark Taylor have written a joint paper promoting long-acting injectables, that's what he calls it. And you pay lip service to stopping stigma, but you create the stigma by making people look mad. It's very obvious. And what's more appalling is that you refuse to listen to any criticism of the treatment that you initiated. I told you when I went back, when I attended the first time in Burke Street, I think it's Bundaberg Community Health Centre, when you didn't stop looking at the computer screen. I told you that it will make me worse, and it did. And yet you are saying, without taking any sort of history, let alone examination, that I'm very ill and I need to start an injection now. So are you going to apologize, Kari, Anup? Because I was going to receive a letter saying that your department sincerely apologizes for my experience. This experience goes back to 2002 when I was locked up 5 times by Paul Schneider.
Is not available. Please leave a short message and it will be sent as an audio message.
Yeah, as I said, Paul Schneider locked me up 5 times in 6 months in 2002 because I wouldn't accept his poisons or his diagnosis. I'm far more well balanced than Paul Schneider. Now, Paul Schneider's resident at the time, 2002, was Justin O'Brien. In 2015, the hospital put me under Justin O'Brien. Isn't that a bit of a conflict of interest? What about Paul Varghese? He's the uncle of Daniel Varghese. And I went to university with Paul. I know the family very well. I've known them for 40 years. But when I gave Paul 400-page thesis on schizophrenia, which was criticizing the label, he didn't give it to his wife as I had suggested. He gave it to his brother, who's Daniel Varghese's father. Now, in addition, Paul Schneider's registrar was Sean Tracy. He is another one who was re-employed to stop me from going home. As I said, the starting point, I want to be paid for my time. And that time is extremely valuable. And I have, as I said, more than 14,800 connections on LinkedIn. I've had a business. I was a multi-instrumentalist and composer an artist, and my school academic work was on science. And the comments that I got were unanimously favorable. Unlike you Indian people at the, we call it a clinic or something, mental health. My teachers at school, my class teacher, Mr. Lindsay, wrote that I set a remarkable standard for others to follow, that I'm a courteous, cheery lad, that I'm mature. It doesn't sit very well with Tarun Sehgal saying that I had personality disorders. And Tarun Sehgal, who went to MG Ramachandran University, which is MGR, MG Ramachandran, was an Indian film director who bankrolled the Tamil Tigers.